Today on NBA Indie Review, we're going to be reviewing Dorothy's Rapid Cold Brewer. Hey, before we begin, please just like and subscribe to my channel. It helps my channel out a lot. I take my time in making these product reviews for you all and getting them to you. So please just help me and my channel out by liking and subscribing to my channel. Without further ado, let's get to the product review. You guys see right here. And one of the ways, basically what you do is pull this at the bottom of it. You just pour water, and you put in coffee grounds once it starts to spin around like a tornado. And at the end of the process, basically it's like a cold press. It's right here. You just put it down, and it presses all the coffee grounds at the bottom, and you just pour it in your cup. Now, I will say that the French press on it sucks. Oftentimes, I drink coffee from a French presser. I have a water cooler in my home that does both a cool, warm, and boiling hot water, and we usually use that for tea and coffee. Earlier this year, me and my wife wanted to kind of minimize some of the things on our counter. One of them being we had a big, nice size Curie, so just to kind of minimize the counter space, to help minimize space on the counter, I just went ahead and bought a French press for my coffee. So I'm kind of used to a French press. And, basically, you pour coffee grounds in the French press. You know, if you haven't used one before, I would say I like it. And one of the reasons why I like the French press is because I like my coffee to soak in the water for quite some time before I drink the coffee. And when you go to the store for coffee, or if you use a Keurig, it's just coming through. It's water coming through the Keurig cup and the coffee grounds inside the cup. So it doesn't really give the coffee grounds enough time to steep. But I'm not here to talk about French press. I'm here to talk about this right here. It's the same idea. Basically, it's a French press. It doesn't have any actual wind. Right here, see those two holes? What it does is, this is where it traps the coffee ground, and it's magnetic. So the magnet inside this base causes this here to spin around, and it spins around, and it creates a tornado, like what it looks like. I'll show you some videos in a moment. So you can see for yourself. And in the instructions, it says that once it starts to twist like a tornado, don't put the coffee grounds inside into the tornado inside, such as the bottom of this cup. And once it does that, you pour the coffee grounds in there. It's actually kind of cool. It's like being a kid, with toys again. It's like kind of cool because it just sucks the coffee ground up, and it's like, wow, this is cool. Actually would make me hate to be in a real tornado. But it's kind of cool. Now, I will say that, so I got it at my local Ollie's. They have those everywhere in Baltimore County. Typically, I make my own cold brew. I use a nut bag, a pitcher of water, and I pour a bunch of coffee ground in the nut bag, and I put the nut bag in the in the water, and I'll typically let it steep in the refrigerator for 16 to 24 hours. I've been doing that for years because I'm a cold drinker. I love cold brew. I actually don't like coffee through a Keurig or just going to a coffee shop. I'll do that as a last resort because I actually like my coffee, even my hot coffee, to steep in the water for a while. So like using a French press is kind of one of the ways in which I actually realize that I actually like my coffee, because I like my coffee to steep for a while. The water to steep for a while in the coffee ground. And I've had conversations with people over the past when I was like, well, I want iced coffee. Like, well, I'll give you some coffee with ice in it. I'm like, that's not the same. That's not the same. And one of the things about this Dorothy Rapid Cold Brewer is that in the instructions pamphlet, it actually tells you if you want like a low medium strength cold brew for like 10 minutes. If you want a medium strength cold brew for 15 minutes. If you want a very strong taste in cold brew for 20 minutes. And I always do 26 minutes because I like mine real strong. I like my coffee black, and I like it to have that strong coffee taste to it. So oftentimes, one of the things that I'll say is that, like, I know for one of the arguments that I've gotten with people, that my friends and family, well, it takes the way you drink coffee, it takes too long. And yeah, it does. But I think, like most things in life, it's a process that I enjoy doing, so it doesn't feel like it's strenuous, too tiring. Now I know that the Curie is a faster process. 2 minutes when I had one, I sold it. Of course, my wife do resell, so I sold it. And I don't regret it, but I will say that choosing to do French press and this rapid cold brew, it will require you to, like, in the morning time, you get up in the morning time, you have to go in the kitchen, turn it on, and then go back, to your room and get dressed and bathe and, brush your teeth, whatever, or get prepared for your day. It is like a step that you have to do ahead of that, versus if you would just do using even with hot coffee with the cold press, I have to go downstairs, let it steep for a while, and then go back upstairs. But even more of a step that you really wouldn't need to do if you had a Curie or a coffee maker. You just go there, hit the button, put the water on, put the cup in there, and boom, 2 minutes, it's done. So if you're somebody that's really pressed for time in the morning, I would say I wouldn't get one because you probably wouldn't use it anyways. Me and my wife, we try to figure out ways to cut down costs, which is why I started making my own cold brew a couple years ago, and making my own coffee. Because like when you start to add up the money over the months and the years, you're spending $4 for a cup of coffee, $5 for a cup of coffee every day. That stuff adds up. That's like $20-$30 a week on coffee. You could just buy a bag of coffee, a big bag of coffee beans for like, I just bought one today for like $17.99, but it's like dark roast Colombian Arabic beans. And I like, me and my wife was having this conversation today, I like buying coffee beans because from what I've read is that when coffee grounds over time, they lose some of the flavor, but the beans don't. So I actually don't buy coffee ground. I haven't bought them in like 2-3 years. I buy coffee beans. I have a coffee grinder that I bought off Amazon for like $12-13 a couple years ago. So I don't buy coffee ground. I buy coffee beans. So it's kind of my experience. I think one of the things that I've learned is that there's a difference between people that drink coffee because they like the taste versus the people who just drink coffee because I wanted to keep me up in the morning time, blah blah blah. Because people who actually drink coffee because of the taste, they actually invest in a higher quality bean. They'll actually go out and make sure that they like. Even now, like I use creamer, but I'm realizing that coffee tastes better to me without creamer. I think I'm just used to the sugar addiction, so I just keep using the creamer. But eventually, my goal is to kind of get off a creamer. That's just kind of been my experience with the Rapid Cold Brewer. Is that my experience with it is that I prefer the 26, 24 minute mark. It's how long I leave it on. The coffee does taste good. It tastes very strong. That's how I like it. I think the coffee tastes delicious. It tastes really, really good. It actually, I would say, yes, it does taste like a Dunkin's or a Starbucks like coffee. It does. I would say that it does. Dale from Indie Reviews. I think it's definitely a purchase you should go out and invest in. You won't be upset that you did. You'll definitely enjoy it. If you probably find it online somewhere, or if there's an Ollie's in your local area, you can go to your Ollie's. You'll probably be able to find it. But if not, you can go online and probably find it somewhere, eBay or a marketplace for dirt cheap. Thank you for watching the review. I hope you enjoyed the review. Until next time, peace.